Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another show of the Hull Say It Best podcast. Um, Second show on the bounce now, 2 weeks in a row. We're looking at hitting some consistency full on. Back with Eddie again. Eddie, how's everything going? Are you well?
Good evening. How are we? I'm doing very well, thank you. It's good to be back, repping the Kappa. You know we do. So yeah, I'm
Expensive
looking forward
man
to
right there.
it. Well, if after seeing what I saw on Twitter this week, 6.5 grand for this bad boy. So
What a
I'm
trip.
coming in with money on my shoulders this week.
Get that in the safe immediately, because
100%, mate.
let's be real. Anyone's taking that off your back. I'm sure that was a joke anyway, right? Nobody's paying 6 grand for a jacket.
Well, it must have been a new buyer because I don't think, obviously, if you bid, you don't actually have to pay it, do you? Just your bid gets cancelled. So I presume it was just like someone just trying to take the mick.
No, that was my fault initially. I mean, I didn't even want to pay 65 quid for it, so there's no way I was going anywhere up above that. So.
They fit all right, to be fair. I will say that they fit nice and snug, so I'm happy with it, mate. I think it's quite nice. I'll be taking it to
You look
Amsterdam
cute.
next weekend. Thank you. I
Oh,
appreciate it, mate.
that's cute. Did you get the matching bottoms or?
I did not. No, I didn't get the matching bottoms. I wanted to, but I thought, nah, I can't do full kit. Eddie's used this stuff. Nah, I haven't, mate. I promise. I haven't, Zig. I promise.
Evening, Tag and Nicola. How are you doing, buddy? All right? I don't know why I'm waiting for a response because he can't get back to me, right? But yeah, Tag and Nicola.
You're not on COD now, mate.
Bro, honestly, tonight, this tech issue I was
you've got a
having,
bit of a
it's
mare.
thrown me off, right? It's 100% thrown me off. And no, I'm not in my own bedroom. That is my daughter's rainbow light and not my nightlight. Okay, let's get into it then. So the plan of action for tonight, boys, we're going to start off with my eye. So this is my best 11, well, my favourite 11. These are players that have touched me. That sounds weird. Made me enjoy being a Hull City fan. Okay, well, this is the bad. Maybe we should just cancel this, man. Just start again tomorrow night.
Let's just, yeah, we'll go
What
rerun tomorrow. If it's not going well for you tonight, is it?
Oh, no, bro. So right, start again. So tonight we're going to start with the Mizai. Okay, this is my 11 judged based on the whole time I've been a Hull City fan. These are not the best players in those positions. These are the players that I've liked the most, I've enjoyed watching play, etc., etc., etc. So Eddie is going to run us through that part now. Okay. After that, we'll open the phone lines up. We'll invite a couple of people on to say hello, talk about Hull City, talk about anything Hull City related, and then after that, we're going to go into our new feature and we'll talk about that just before it happens. Okay. A couple of comments coming in. Tag Nicola just got in from work in time to jump in. Super stuff. Tag Nicola, by all means, what I'll do is I will drop the link into the comments now. So if anybody does want to jump on and just have a little chat, like I said, the link is in the comments. Okay. So I'm just throwing that in there now. At least I think I am.
We can talk about what happened on Tuesday night if you want. Can talk about what's coming up on Saturday. Who knows? If you've got anything that you want to talk about Hull City related, jump in. Let's have a little bit of a conversation. Let's have a bit of a chat, and let's all enjoy it together.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the one thing we say about this podcast. I'm going to rebrand it. We're going to call it a show. We're not going to call it a podcast anymore. It's going to be a show because we plan on just bringing something together, something good each week for everyone. So it's just a case of bringing everybody together, and you all get to jump on and have your little sit well. Okay, so that's how it's going to be. Evening, Susie. How are you doing? I hope everything's well.
Susie.
Kingsley Anderson, are we going to speak about 50 grand Slater? Kingsley, you know as well as I do, that guy is my life. I love Regan Slater. No prize for guessing who's made it into my 11. All right.
Good evening,
Lee Walker. How are you doing, buddy?
Repping the jacket. I love
well,
that.
Yeah, exactly. Another one in the Kappa jacket, 6 grand on his shoulders.
Good
Kingsley
man.
Henderson again. Matt, can you tell the other guy about 50 grand later? Oh,
am I the other guy? Am I the other guy? Or I think I know quite a bit about Regan Slater after the story you were telling me, mate. I think after the story you told me about obviously the birth of your child, and you were like, Regan Slater, Regan, fair play.
True, it is true. It is Regan. My son is called Regan, and the name was inspired by Regan Slater. And yes, my partner was fully on board with that, which is a rarity. So I don't get much pulling from the house, but I did get that one. Yeah, well, Grumpy Old Jeff. Is this a relation to Old Grandpa Joe?
Old Grandpa Joe. Good evening, Jeff.
Love it. Is that Rory has his picture as well? I was shocked to see the injury to Cole. Yeah, we was as well, Susie. I'm not surprised. What was more annoying was the Ipswich Town, the
Ipswich Town fan who, the Ipswich Town fan who put that like time waster thing. You might have seen if you follow me on Twitter today that I literally replied. I never usually reply because of the situation that I'm in, but I had to say something. I know that it's obviously he's fractured his eye socket, and you can't exactly time waste. You could tell straight away when he got the elbow to the head. You thought something's not right because he was literally in pain on the floor. So. I mean, I think a lot of people did reply to the guy as well. So,
yeah, it's a rough one. The guy clearly showed he has no sort of sense when it comes to football, right? Because 2-0 down away from home, the best thing to do now is waste 6 minutes worth of time, right? It's not smart. It's reactionary in it, and it kind of is what it is. We wish Coyle the best of luck in getting fit because start of the season at right back he was incredible. You know, we'd love to see him come back in that form again.
100%.
All right, Eddie Richards.
Good evening, Dick. Good evening, Dick. How are we doing? You all right? How are you?
Do you know Dick?
Yes, I do. Yeah, he sits in the north stand. To be fair, sits in the north stand. North stand, massive. Love it.
Looks like he knows you more than you know him, right? Judging by that,
I think so. Well, to be fair, a lot of the Hull City fans know me more than I know them, so it's pretty mad. To be fair, yes, we need to get the 3 points as well.
I sit right behind you where you DJ, man, and the amount of times I see people just come behind you like, "Hi, bro. It's amazing you're getting songs from it because it's just constant high fives and handshakes, and I've seen you getting some pictures taken recently as well, which is good, man.
Mate, do you know what the maddest thing is? Yeah, like, so do you know when like I'm playing the songs and that? So you'll see me. I put my headphones on and I'll be like mixing the next song in, this, that, and the other, and the speakers in the stadium are out by like a split second between the decks and the speakers. So say like when I'm speaking to someone, I feel real bad when I'm doing it. Like you'll see it. Like I feel real bad that I'm like rushing like interactions, but it's only because I can't like. So say I'm playing a song like boom, 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 but it, like when my headphones on, I'm listening to it, it's like it's mad. It's proper carnage, and that's why most of the time I don't want to like delve into different genres. Do you know? Like I get so many messages saying, "Can you play this song? Can you play that song?"
Yeah.
And I feel bad not playing it. Don't get me wrong. I feel really bad not playing it, but because of like the switch up between genres, it'd literally be impossible for me to do. Because I want to try and make sure everyone has like a good atmosphere and there's no like mess ups in that sense. So
I hear you, man. Yeah. I hear you. And are we allowed to talk about the EFL video that's come out this week? Any sound?
Oh yeah, I'll put out some clarification about that. I did get a message regarding it. Don't worry. The club was approached by Shoot Media, which wanted to do the video, and they asked for Ben. So it's no hard feelings or anything like that. Like I totally understand, and the club have to be obliged to do that. Get the person that the company wants. So I was totally fine with it. I completely understand why they wanted Ben. Like I say, I know Ben quite well, and he's a big name. Don't get me wrong; he's a very big name. So I was more than happy to let him do it. So
he's doing well. That's music in the charts, and so it's by all
he's doing very well.
He's doing well.
He's a very good. He's a very talented DJ. So
exactly that. So cheers, Kieran, for typing in. Yeah, we hope so as well. 3 points against Millwall would be ideal. You know, with the international break coming up, it makes perfect sense, right, for all of us.
100%.
There's no shame to Ipswich. Ipswich were brilliant. No, I don't think I can take anything away from them. They were good. They were good.
They were very good.
Eddie, between me and you, I think we're going to have to switch this up a little bit. I don't think we can jump straight into the Mizai. I think we're going to have to go to the live phone. We've got two guests already sat in the background waiting to jump in. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring one in now.
That's fine.
We'll keep going. We'll keep going through the comments. Don't worry. So bringing first in is a regular of ours, Ziggy Smith, or Ziggy Stardust. However we refer to him. How are you doing, Ziggy? All right? You're on mute, buddy. Still on mute. Oh, we've lost him. He's gone. Bottled it. Instead, we'll jump to Tiger. I'm assuming this is Tiger Nicolay. How are you doing, buddy? All right?
Hi, mate. All right.
Yeah, not too bad. You could sound happy, yeah?
Oh, sorry. After a 3-0 loss, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of the game?
No, to be fair, I thought similar to what you just said, where I wasn't too disgruntled. I think I got a snippet of Baz's column from today.
Yeah.
Similar feelings, really, where I'm not too disheartened because we didn't play terribly. It felt to me like Ipswich played the way that Liam wants us to play. If we played exactly what he's looking for in his head, we'd have played how Ipswich played last night. It was just faster pace. Still bringing the ball out from the back, but it was faster pace, and their passing accuracy seemed unreal. I checked the stats last night, and it said both teams had 87% pass accuracy, but it felt like every pass Ipswich made went to feet or found its intended target, whereas we looked a bit more sloppy in possession, giving the ball away quite cheaply quite a few times. So the way that it...
Exactly that. Go on.
Yeah. The way that Liam wants us to be as the end product.
Yeah, I agree greatly there. The end product the overall picture of how Ipswich looked is kind of the ideal of what Liam's aiming for, is what we're seeing, right?
Yeah.
And it was good to see that's how it's done. And let's not mess about it. They did that with a bunch of League One players as well. They've got a couple of players that have danced around at Championship level before, but the overall consensus is that they are League One players and they're just playing to a really good format, which is great to see. It's great to see that, if Ian McKenna, I believe it's Ian McKenna, is it? Kieran McKenna, sorry. If he was to get, if he was to get the right players in, what he could do. But I don't know if you boys join me on this. We saw last year Burnley playing some phenomenal football with some good players. And now they've gone to that level above, trying to play the same style of football, and it's just not there yet. It's almost as if I don't want to say a skill gap, but there's a different type of football that needs to be played in the Premier League. It might get you through your first season, but I feel like you need to be a bit of a hybrid between the two, if that makes sense. Bit of quality and a bit of hard work at the same time. I don't think you can go with one or the other. What do you think to that?
Exactly. I have to agree with you, to be fair. Like you say, with Ipswich, obviously, I was watching it on iPhone. I didn't get the time off work, sadly, to go, but I was listening to what their commentary team had to say, and they were saying along the lines of everyone was outstanding apart from Brandon Williams, where I thought Brandon Williams actually wasn't that bad. And I thought he's obviously come from Man United. They've got a pull on him as well to get him to Ipswich. They mean business, I think. Like they played how we should have on Tuesday, if you know what I mean. Everything that they did just went right, and they were accurate in the shooting as well. Like I feel like on Tuesday we just tried to pass it into the goal, if you know what I mean. If you know where I'm coming
maybe
from.
one too many passes.
Yeah, it's just that you just need to be concise and just crack it, just have a shot at goal, this, that, and the other. And I think, like you say, like the hard work and they were just a hard-working team, and obviously if they wanted to make that next step up, then they would have to make that, probably get a few more quality players in. Even though they were very good on Tuesday night, they do have to get that, maybe one or two, maybe three quality standout players which will fit into that team, and I can't see why they wouldn't do all right.
Let's be real, we don't know what their strength in depth is either, do we? So a couple of injuries could see him drop down the table. But one of the things I was going to touch on there in terms of the performance was, you mentioned Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams to me was very ratty. I think I put it out as a tweet midway, just at half time, basically saying, look, this guy's skin tight on Jaden Philogene. You know, if you want to find that space, you've got to use Jaden Philogene as a decoy, let him drop deep for the ball and get that space in behind him. But yeah, I don't think he had the best of games. But their comments at the end of the game where this has to go down as performance of the season so far. So it's not something they do. We've heard that they're playing well, but it's not something they're doing in every single game, because that was a real standout for them, I think. Anything to add, Tiger?
Yeah, just agree with you both there, to be fair. It looks like everything went right for them. And I saw, was it Matty Holland presenting their iFollow coverage saying what you've just said about it probably being their best performance of the season, where everything just seemed to click and everything went right. And also, as a newly promoted side, they're riding on that crest of a wave of the winning mentality. I think they're unbeaten in something like 25 games at home, running from last season. So they've got that on their side, albeit a step up from League One's Championship. You've got that winning mentality and used to winning and stuff on your side.
Becomes a habit.
Yeah.
All the habits I had to break.
Yeah.
I've got a quick one. This is a question for you both, really. What did you think of Cynic when he came on Tuesday?
You go first, Matt.
I liked it. It was different because I felt like he offered us something that we didn't have. You know, it was, again, a bit scatty. You know, you couldn't. It was difficult for. I think it looked good because Ipswich couldn't really judge how he was going to be. You know, they hadn't seen any tapes of him how he's been this season, and anything he did last season was few and short between as well. So I think it's tough for any team to do the homework on him. So he came in, did his part, he ran at the defence. I thought he created problems, other than the penalty that he nearly gave away. You know, he was a handful, and I think he's done enough to get himself in the starting lineup on Saturday.
Yeah, I have to agree.
I won't go as far as the starting lineup after such a long time out and a slight cameo, but I thought he looked tidy to say how long he's been out for, and been out on loan last season. And if the comments are to be believed that he wants to be here, he wants to fight for his place and try and prove himself in this country, etc., then I don't think he did himself any harm last night, just showing a bit of effort.
No, I agree. I agree massively there. Let's go then. So, Tag, and anything else to add there? Or should we move on?
Any thoughts on seeing Doc back last night?
Big fan. I'm a big fan of
Doc.
him. So it was good to see, because we started with, I think Morton and Seri, they like to sit in front of the back four, don't they? Don't get me wrong, they get involved going forward a bit, but Doc is just a handful. You know, when you have him and, say, Slater in the same team, they're dogs. They will not give you anything for free. Nothing.
Do you think we'll miss Slater's work rate and endeavour and stuff if he's going to be out for the next couple of months? Do you think that might leave us a bit short in terms of engine in the middle?
I'll let you have this one, Eddie.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, his brother, he might be watching, I don't know, Alfie 50p. He'll probably say the exact same. Like, I think you just saw on Tuesday night, like, we just missed him. And obviously, you see what he's done this season already. He's just a workhorse, and he doesn't stop. He just motors on. And he's, like you say, like you were saying, Matt, he's just like, he's got that fire in his belly. You know, it was just, we'll definitely miss him for the next 2 months. And obviously, I think Tyler Morton does a good job anyway in there. So we'll have to wait and see. But in my personal opinion, I think we might struggle. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be one of those where you don't know how much you've missed him, or you don't realise what he adds to the team or brings to the team until you haven't got him. So the next 2 months, we might be saying, "Oh, do you know what? We've really missed Regan Slater."
See, I'm a big fan of Regan Slater anyway. For me, he's the poster boy for a child growing up. The way he works on a pitch and his attitude towards playing football should be your fundamental as a footballer. I think this should be your core. You should start off with that and add the ability afterwards. And I ain't got enough superlatives to say about him. I think we will miss him. The only saving grace is that Dockett has come back, and Dockett kind of does a similar thing to him, just not as good, in my opinion.
Thoughts on Philogene's first few games?
That makes it sound like I'm not impressed, but I am. It's nice to have a player like that because I can't remember last time we had a player like that. I think that's a compliment.
Yeah, it's still a bit naive
rate him.
and stuff with like trying to do his step overs and stuff, but it looks like the only player in the starting 11 that looks like it willingly wants to try and beat a man. And he's still young and stuff and got a lot to learn, but I think there's definitely something in there, so I can see why they've made the investment.
Exactly. You've just got to make them defend sometimes, haven't you? And that's
Yeah.
what we've been lacking in previous years.
Yeah.
Super. Right then, Tiger, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Going to move on to the next guest, but before I do that, what I'm going to do is just run through a couple more comments. We've had a few comments coming in. So, pleasure to have you on, Tiger. Feel free to jump in again anytime in the future, buddy. All the best.
Yeah, I'll always try and support him and jump in when I'm available. Cheers, Matt.
Cheers,
Ed.
man. All the best. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Ta-ra.
See you later.
Right then, where was he at? So, Kieran Webster, he said we should get the 3 points against Millwall. Let's forget about Ipswich. Great view to have. Then we've got Grumpy Old Jeff, no relation to Grandpa Joe. I've met him a few times though. I think Nathan Jack here, Keen Fishman by the looks of things, is.
It was about the Louis Coyle situation.
Sorry, Karen.
It was referring to the Louis Coyle situation with that fan on Tuesday who put it on Twitter. It's absolute. The guy who put it on just didn't have a clue what was going on. How can you waste time at 2-0 down?
Makes no sense, does
it?
Parallel universe.
I won't be saying any more than that.
Susie has Nathan Jack's back. Yeah, it makes no sense. Grumpy Old Jeff, great to see the support on Tuesday, even with a loss. Yeah, exactly. It's good to see people back in the team even after a loss. I think after seeing how well we've played recently and to say we got humbled, playing our own game essentially, it was good to see that people didn't really throw the toys out the pram. I can imagine if it happens a few more times, that might change. But what do you think, Eddie?
Yeah, I have to agree with you, and a special big ups to John Atker, one of my close mates. He was there. He had, even when they were losing, he still had his top off. So, I mean, you know, we're doing something right if he's still got his top off whilst we're getting beat. So, yeah, I think, to be fair, I think like obviously I spoke to a few people who went to the game. They said the atmosphere was class. I've seen a lot of Ipswich fans say that was the best atmosphere they've had at their ground from an away set of supporters. And that's with 550 Hull fans as well. So they must be doing something right, because if that's the case, then it's looking good.
I don't know what this means here for Anthony Myers, but wouldn't have got the players in your DJ booth in North Stand anyway. I'm not sure what he's referring to there. But that did come through some time ago, so we've probably lost the context completely.
We've gone past that now.
Next one, Grumpy Old Jeff again. Said it could be as good as Tufan. Both of them could be outstanding. There's certainly the potential there, isn't there?
100%.
I'm going to put that one on. 50 grand against Sheffield Wednesday at home was the best I've seen him.
Kieran, he had the fire in his belly. He had the fire in his belly, mate. Obviously, he's a blade, isn't he? So he'll have wanted to be getting the one over on them. Well, what were you not going to put on?
SLC United have put a comment on, and I think it's Kieran meant to put it on his own, but he's put on ours, and I'm not even going to read that out. That's no chance. You might know the answer to this one, because I honestly don't know it. I've not seen it. How long's Regan Slater out for? I know that part, but what's the injury?
He's got a tear on his hamstring, and he's out for 2 months. I saw it on Hull Daily Mail's Twitter today. So that was one of them.
Just jumped on again, saying he's been fantastic, best player for the last few games. Couldn't agree more.
I have to agree with you, Nathan. Yeah, 100%.
Tiger commented just to answer Nathan's comments. He's out for 2 months. It's torn hamstring, and then Grumpy Old Jeff again comes in with Philogene trying too hard at times, overcomplicates things. It needs to be simpler sometimes. I think that's a nice way to put it. Sometimes. That's
the key word in that.
Yeah, exactly. Right then. So next guest in. For some of you may know this guy. He's got a big YouTube channel. It's the Hull Boy.
Hello.
How
Good
are you doing, buddy?
afternoon,
Right,
good
jeez,
evening.
Look at all them shirts.
Nice to see
Bloody
you. Well,
hell.
thank you for having me in. I really do appreciate it. It's an honour.
It's
honour.
all good.
Wow.
It's a
Yeah.
pleasure to have you on.
Thank you very much. Now I've been listening in, and I agree with quite a lot of the comments. It's great to see the fans at Ipswich. 3-0 down, and for half an hour we're chanting, "We've got the ball, we've lost it," and something incredible to see.
It's always a bone
Yeah,
of contention, that one, isn't it? It's same as like, when you haven't won a game at home for a few weeks and like, we're winning at home. I don't know how the fans feel. I don't know how the players feel about it. It's one of those you don't know how it goes down, do you? Do they laugh about it? 'Cause I'd like to think some would. But
You'd hope so,
I reckon so.
yeah,
no,
I've
it was
just
fantastic.
spent upwards of how much money just to go down to Ipswich and see your team lose 3-0. You should be able to have a little chant and a joke if you're seeing the fun side of it anyway. That's my
Yeah.
thought. Did you go?
Yeah. I was stood at the top with everyone taking the tops off. I think I saw John there. It was fantastic. To be fair, I think it wasn't as if it was a 3-0 game. I think second half we tried, and if Aaron Connolly was to bury that chance 10 minutes into the second half, it would have been a completely different story. But you should have to stay positive at the end of the day.
For example, how do you handle it under pressure? I guess you put them back to 2-1. How do they handle it? Because they crumbled against Leeds, didn't they?
Yeah.
We saw Leeds were there for the taking against us. So it's a funny old league, isn't it? It's a funny old league. I want to go off topic a little bit here. Talk me through the shirts in the background, the ones at the top.
I collect shirts from my dad. He's got dementia, so a lot of the players have sent their like match-worn shirts for my dad. So we've got
Nice work.
Larry's shirt against Sheffield Wednesday, Connolly's against Bristol, and then Jason's against Leeds. It's got that McVitie sponsor. I don't know where you can see it, but
Yeah.
Class.
Yeah, no, the team were lovely. Genuinely, I've never seen a more nicer set of players that we've got, and it's great to see they're all down to earth and before and after games, signing things for fans, having chats with them, and like they all want to be here, and it's just great to see with everything that's been going on.
No, it's meant to see that. It's meant to see that. Go on, Ed.
Yeah, looking through your page, like obviously I was looking through it. Obviously, when you followed me and things like that, you've had the opportunity to meet some great players, and obviously they've sent you shirts, they've sent you boots. One player that did catch my eye was Harvey Elliott and Willie Gnonto from Leeds. So just let us tell us how did it all come about? Like how did the Harvey Elliott one come about?
So Harvey, his dad messaged me. Said that if we ever wanted to go to a game, let him know, and he said he'll send some boots for my dad. Really, really nice guy. And then we saw that England were playing Huddersfield. England under 21s playing at Huddersfield. So I went to watch KLP, but I also saw Harvey Elliott there, and I saw him before the game. He said to see him after, and I just had a chat with him, and really, really nice guy. And then when we played Blackburn away last season, he was with Tyler Morton. So I got the chance to meet Tyler Morton last year. So lovely. He said he'd sort something out for my dad. And then on the way out, he was with Harvey Elliott. So we had a chat with him as well. And then with Willie Gnonto, he saw a message that I sent to him because I went to see Leeds versus Monaco and he was just fantastic. And then he sorted something out and he kept saying he'll sort us out with tickets, but then there was injuries and things like that. So we arranged to meet him after the game at Hull, but my dad wasn't very well and he couldn't go to the game. So I met him and genuinely really, really nice. I know he's a Leeds player, so there's always that, but he's a quality guy. And for me, he's a bit too good to be playing in the Championship.
I
agree.
I think from what I've seen, obviously I was telling Matt about it. Obviously, all your content just keeps popping up on my TikTok. Your pages are coming up on my Instagram all the time. It's amazing to see as well. Like it's like a breath of fresh air, especially with the Hull City content as well. It's good to see like someone like you putting like Hull City on the map in that route in that sense. But yeah, really liking it, and with the Tigers newsroom as well, it's class. Proper like what you're doing.
We'll drop you a message afterwards so you can talk to us about how you do marketing. That'd be nice.
Just
I'll
be
need to-
sarcastic in Yorkshire. I think that's the only thing that's helped me with things.
The Yorkshire is what I heard. Love that. Absolutely love it. Are you going on Saturday? You off to Millwall?
Yeah. So my mum kindly got me the tickets, but it was the day before it sold out, so that was lucky. But no, it'll be hopefully a good atmosphere. I mean, Millwall's always a strange one, really, but no, we've sold out, I think. So depending on how we start the game, it should be a fantastic little day out. But it's very long. 4 o'clock start for me
Very
because
long.
I live in York. I don't live in Hull, so it's a bit of a going on to get the
Wow.
train through. But yeah, it's all
So
part of the fun.
Go on, Ed.
So that means obviously I presume you'll be getting the train down to London, or are you going to come across and go on the buses, or?
No, I'll be getting Tiger Travel through. I don't think my mum would trust me to go to London on my own, especially not Millwall. I had to go in on last year even to try and get tickets for it. It was, with the reputation. I'm doing a separate vlog about that, seeing what it's truly like to be a Millwall fan now. But it's still got that lingering reputation from 30 years ago, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those where in the back of your head you kind of think there's just a slight chance, isn't there?
Yeah.
But apparently it's one of the safest grounds to go to. So it's like,
Well, I mean,
that
in
as
my
what you want.
opinion, Birmingham away was more scary last year because we were like, it was 8 o'clock kickoff. It was dark, and we got plonked in this car park with like barbed wire around, and it was like we're in a prison cell, and then all the Zulu chanting, and it just felt very intimidating there. I don't know why, but that was worse than Millwall.
You didn't have a burger there by any chance, did you? I got the burger there last year. It was arguably the worst food I have ever had in my life.
No, I should do. Have you seen the size of me? I tend to like the football food, but no, I think the worst one was Ipswich on Tuesday night. I bought a sausage roll and it had little lumps on it. It looked like warts, and it was like £10 for a sausage roll of water and a Fanta. I was livid. And they took the lids off as well. Well, I think we're going to lob them at the players. It's awful.
We've had a comment here. You know, we do our My Eyes, don't we? My Eye being known as the My 11, where you pick your favourite players. Nathan Jack said we should get you on to do yours. I'm assuming he means favourite 11 shirts you've got.
Oh, yeah, that would be quality. I mean, to come on again is a massive opportunity. Thank you.
No, it'd be good. It'd be good to have you on.
I reckon it'd be good.
Yeah, I don't think I've 11 Hull players, but I could try.
As long as you got one, it's relative, right?
As long as it's one Hull shirt, it'll be all right.
This is one where he scored against Hull, and this is another one where he scored against Hull.
Yeah, well, I try and get there early so I can see the away players as well. So there's a couple ones against Hull. Sometimes not always the greatest stories behind them, but it's it all adds to the fun, I suppose.
Josh has popped up with a message saying we shouldn't really be chanting "We've got the ball." Just feels like we're proper taking the piss out of our players. I totally get that, Josh. I think we're very 50-50 on that one there. We're just hoping the players see the fun side of it too. Because let's be real, we've all gone there for a good time. And if the performance isn't giving you a good time, try and find it elsewhere, as long as it isn't too derogatory, I think. That's my view. Another comment come through. Tiger Nicholas just been on as a guest. First I saw Hull Boy with him shouting what on his video after giving Norwich a corner. That was the opening day instant classic. I've not seen this. Will you give me a bit of context, please?
Well, it was that corner that went out and should have been a goal kick to us, and then they score it 95th minute. I always make a tart out of myself in some of the vlogs. There was when Louis Binks punched Liam Delaf. I shouted, "What's going on there?" about 7 times. And
that is the best video. That is the best video I've ever seen.
I'm gonna have to go.
Matt, I'll have to send you that. It's like you see, it's when Delap's like getting like the kids on top of me, like punched it. All you can hear is Marcus going, "What's going on there?"
I've not seen it. I'm gonna have to check.
Have you not seen it, mate? It's
honestly,
great. I'll send you after the pod. It's class.
We've got the podcast. We aim to try and get people to watch our podcast and stuff like that. But I'm so bad for watching other people's stuff. Like I literally have no time to do that stuff. Like doing this is the only time I have free. Right? Eddie will back me up on this. I literally joined the stream about 3 minutes before I was meant to go live, and then I had technical issues. I was like, "Oh, you got me kidding." But yeah, we moved, don't we? We moved. Ziggy, no longer a guest. He's dropped off in the background, but he's jumped onto YouTube to send us a comment, and that is Millwall's lost its intimidation factor for anybody but West Ham, Cardiff, Bristol City, and Leeds. I couldn't give any context to that, so I'll take your word for it, Ziggy. I'll take your word for it.
To be fair,
So
I went last season, I think it was, to Millwall, or the season before, and we had to get the train from London Bridge to South Bermondsey, and it's not like the MKM Stadium where it's like everyone walks together. It's literally away fans go one way, the home fans go the other, and all you can hear is them doing their like Millwall chant. It's just like, it's mad.
I thought they got about 3 chants.
Exactly.
That Mill one where they just scream it obsessively, and it does my head in, but suppose it's famous in its own right.
Exactly. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. So how do you get to the games usually? Do you Tiger travel, public transport, drive? What do you do?
It depends. So with things going on at home, my family can't come to many of them. So I try and get to most of them on Tiger travel. But for ones like Sunderland, Middlesbrough, and the Yorkshire clubs, or if there's an away day where we're going to meet a player, we go in the car. My mum will drive us. But now Tiger travel's all right. I've never tried Simon Gray's travel, but I'll just go with Tiger travel because the leg room. I'm 6 foot, so I need somewhere where I can sit near a toilet. It's awful, but it gets me sent a bit of leg room, and I don't have to
send a bit of leg room.
I don't have to go to the person next to me because sometimes I'm on my own. Excuse me, I'm a bit fat. Can I go on the aisle seat? So it's a bit easier to travel.
You not been on the Botanic bus with Eddie?
No, never. I'm not an away day sleeper, but I keep to myself. No, I might go. I just don't know. I don't know where it is, sort of thing.
You'd be all right on the Botanic bus then. It's like a library on there. Boring. Yeah, but it's rubbish.
I've stood next to Simon Gray at Blackburn. He's all right. He's nice.
My dad used to. Simon Gray's been doing buses for years. My dad used to go on Simon Gray's buses. Like when he was younger, they used to go to. Yeah. It's been doing it for a long time.
It's great to see someone supporting the Tigers, through everything. Really, it's good to see.
Program seller, runs buses. Honestly, 1 year saw him on Hook a Duck at Hull Fair. That's not even banter. That's so I'm on Hook a Duck.
I'm going tomorrow night, so I have to try and find him tomorrow night because I'm off tomorrow. So I'll have to be on the lookout for him.
Treat yourself.
Sorry.
Go on. I personally am. No, I've got family commitments all weekend. So I'm going out for a meal with my family on Saturday. So I won't be back from London in time. So I'm gonna wait until after the international break. I've got a few international games that I'm going to over the next few weeks as well, and then come back fresh, waiting for Southampton at home. Yeah,
that's going to be a tough one. Is the international break after Saturday?
Yes, it is. It starts. It starts next Friday. England play Australia next Friday, and then they play against Italy on the Tuesday, and then they're back to club football after that. So
yeah,
not long.
Yeah, my next one's Swansea. I can't get to many. Family life. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Thankfully for technology, we can still support and watch from home. So it's the best of both worlds at the moment. I get to hold my son, who's less than a year old, and watch the game. So it's the best of both worlds. Everybody's got their own different priorities. That ticks both boxes for me. So, any questions for us, Marcus, before you go?
Well, there's not a question, but thank you for having me on. I really do appreciate it.
Cheers, man.
It's been great. It's great to speak to you, Matt, and nice to speak to you again, Eddie. It was great to be with you when you got your first ever autograph request.
Yes. You were there. You saw it. So that's how you know that I wasn't lying about it, Matt. So it was a bit of a mad feeling that, but yeah, it was a pleasure to meet you again, mate, and thank you for coming on. And we hope to see you for your favourite 11 shirts. So
100%.
can't wait for that one.
See
Like
you
that.
soon.
Big fan of that.
See you
Cheers,
soon.
Marcus. All the best. See you
Thank you
soon,
very
buddy.
much.
All the best.
Bye-bye. I was literally just about to bring our next guest up. She's back, I think. In the meantime, we'll just see if it pops back up again. A couple of comments come in. Grumpy old Jeff wants to get on the Botanic bus. Not managed yet. You're gonna send an invite his
great
way?
bus. Yeah, it's a great bus. Get on. It'll be class. So it's a good pub as well. Even Fusion Josh did a video on it saying it's one of the best pubs he's been to. So,
oh really?
If that doesn't say something,
Fusion Josh says it, I can't believe it.
Well, mate, he's done the 92. So best pub in the 92. If that means something.
Credit where it's due.
That could be a future guest.
But I do believe there's a bookshelf on entrance onto the bus. Everybody gets their own bookmark. Quiet. Bottles of water for sale down the aisle. I'm going on there on the 25th, so I either get rinsed for this or
25th.
25th of November, Swansea.
Which I'm doing Swansea on there, so I'll see you on there, mate.
Tiger travel. Tiger travel. I'm going to pretend you some big shots at next to me. All right, another comment here from Josh. It's a bit delayed, but I agree with what you said about trying to find the fun side of them types of games. Just sometimes I don't think it helps the team. I agree, mate. The how shit must you be? We're winning at home. Not a fan of that. I don't think there's ever a time for that one. And what's this here? Another one. Got that Turkish man by the NL class.
He's on about Aiden. On about Aiden who works behind the bar. Only Turk I know with a mullet. That's.
Oh really?
Yeah. What? He's a boyer.
Oh, perfect. Right then, our last guest of the evening is sat in the wings waiting to come on. Here she is. How are you doing, Amy? Are you okay?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
You hear me all right?
Yeah, everything's amazing. Everything's amazing. Are you ready?
Yeah, I can hear you. Don't worry, I can hear everything. I'm all good.
So did you go to the game on Tuesday, Amy?
I did indeed.
What did you think?
I thought we played awful.
Oh really?
I really did. We didn't deserve to win. We deserved to lose that game.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, we deserve to lose. I don't know if awful's a fair comment though. Do you not think Ipswich is just so much better than us? The signal's gone.
I think the Wi-Fi might have gone.
We lost you for a second there. I mean, the last thing I said was I don't think awful was a fair comment. I think they were just a lot better than us. Lost you again, Amy. Lost you again.
Must be a connection issue.
Not sure what's happened there. Just in the meantime, hopefully that signal comes back on again. I can see her moving around in the background now, so I'll just jump her back in again. You back, Amy?
Yeah,
how's the internet? Is it working?
Yeah, my signal's pretty rubbish, to be honest.
Brilliant. So, I've seen you like to post the post-match interviews. Well, not post-match interviews, like post-match reactions. Big fan of those. That you're doing that. Not many people do that. So, when did you start doing that?
I only started this season.
And are you enjoying them?
Yeah.
Good. And I think I follow you on Twitter and Instagram. You go to most games, is that right?
I've been to all the games this season, yeah.
Nice work. What's your favourite so far?
I would probably say the Sheffield Wednesday game.
That was a treat, wasn't it? That was a treat. Talk me through, what does it feel like coming back? Norwich. Last kick of the game we lose. What's that journey home like?
That wasn't pleasant. Coming home from that.
No, it's a long
I
journey.
mean, we lost the last kick of the game.
Poor decision as well.
Yeah, it definitely was a long journey. Yeah,
What
it
about
was a poor
Ipswich?
decision. That corner should never have been given.
No,
Yeah,
I agree.
that was a long journey as well. Coming back from there.
Both in a similar sort of area. They're not a nice part of the country to get to, are they? So you're going
No, they're
Millwall?
not. I am going to Millwall, yes.
Good. What do you think? What's your expectations?
I think we can win the game on Saturday. I know obviously we're missing Slater and Tufan. I think they're going to be a big miss for us going forward.
Very influential, aren't they?
Yeah. Obviously now we've
Yeah.
lost our captain as well.
It's a big loss, isn't it? But last season, probably wouldn't have fought as much because I don't think he had as good of a season, but he started this one really strong. So yeah, it's a shame to see him out. What do you think, Eddie?
Yeah, I have to agree with you, but I think obviously without Louis Coyle for this game, I think obviously I wasn't his biggest fan last season, but this season I think he's done a very good job, and obviously Vinagre can come into this position, or Furlong as well. Both very good players, and I reckon they'd be able to do a job there. Obviously, Seri's had that role of captain this year. Greaves, he's had a taste of it as well. So we've still got two leaders on the pitch who can do a job. Just have to wait and see what happens there, and just go with there. What are your thoughts on that, Amy? Do you reckon Greaves could do a job at captain on Saturday?
Yeah, I can reckon Greaves can do a good job as captain on Saturday.
Big fan of him. Big fan of it. It's good to see all the Hull lads in and around the club at the moment, isn't it? It's or Yorkshire lads as well, with the likes of Slater and stuff. It's good to see we're not far afield, and these players probably don't even have to move home to come play for us, which is it might seem like a little thing, but it's actually a big thing for some to have the home comforts around them.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's brilliant to have some homegrown Yorkshire lads in the team, and obviously the two Holborns in the team as well.
So here's a question a little bit off context, off subject. You go to every game. It's a bit of a weird question. Do you find that you're on the same coach every time you go there? Like, if are you part of Tiger Travel?
I always travel on Tiger Coach 1.
So you're always on the same coach.
Every
Do
time.
you find like it's the same? Do you find it's like the same people every time?
It's not always the same people. I mean, I travel with the likes of Lee Walker and Graham and Johnny Ayton, and obviously they're always on Coach 1.
How do you get that? Have you got a set of alerts up for when the tickets come out?
No, I just see him all the time, and obviously I get on straight away, so I can get on Coach 1.
Oh, fair enough. Makes perfect sense.
We've
had a comment come in from Tiger Nicola, says, "Good job, Longman's only on loan." Yeah, he'd have bagged the hat trick against us if he was eligible to play, with a laughing face.
Yeah.
He's right, isn't he? Any ex-players that tend to play against us tend to do well. We've all had an experience of that. Can you think of one where it's happened? Can you think of one for you, Amy, where an ex-player scored against us?
Not really.
I think McGuinness last year was one. I think he was the first one of the season to do it to us, wasn't he, for Wigan?
Yeah, it was. I remember that.
Penalty, was it?
I can't remember who else.
That's a big one. This is a big one, isn't it? Fraser Campbell for Cardiff.
That is
we all remember that.
The one.
It's you know what? It's almost he had that on speed type, ready to go afterwards. He's still under his skin.
It's a celebration as well as that's a celebration that got me every time.
Amy, you got a question here from Jacob Baker. Question for Amy: who is your favourite Hull City player of all time? All time.
I would have to say, I'm going to say Jared Bowen.
Jared Bowen, recent as well.
Yeah.
Big fan of Jared. Big fan of Jared.
Good call.
Who's number
good
2?
call.
Don't you say good call? You didn't put him in your favourite 11. Don't you say good call?
I would say, I'm going to say Keno as well. Keno Lewis Potter.
Who was that? Sorry.
Keane Lewis Potter.
Keno Lewis
Oh,
Potter.
Keane Lewis Potter.
Yeah.
Again, we've got a feature coming up soon, and it'll be relative to these sort of players. Yeah, well, I'll explain that a little bit after the break. But another one here from Jacob Baker says, "Respect to you for travelling home and away up the Tigers. Big following. It's massive that you do it. I've done it 1 year. I remember I've only done it 1 year where I've gone to every game, so it's not easy. So kudos.
I mean, last season I only missed 1 game, and that was Swansea away.
Bloody hell.
Oh, that was a crazy one, wasn't it? It's
That was
12:45
12 o'clock on
kickoff.
a Saturday.
Oh, was it 12 instead of 12?
Hats off to you.
Yeah,
hats off
that's
to you.
the only game I missed last season.
You got another positive message here as well. Massive props to Amy, by the way. Such commitment of time and money to follow home and away. Agree. It's not that simple. It's not that simple, is it? And it's not cheap. So massive respects to you there. Chris Davis just sharing that his favourite player is Stuart Elliott. You know, there's a lot of players popping up here that are going to pop up later in the episode.
It's as if they've read your mind, Matt.
I know, right? Are you leaked my team?
No, I didn't even get a chance to look at your team. So you're dropping yourself in it. You're dropping yourself in it before that next section's even started.
Right then. So, Amy, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Have you got any questions for ourselves?
No, not really.
Not a problem. Well, thank you very much for joining. The door is always open if you want to come on any other weeks. We aim to do it Wednesdays. I had a bit of a to do this week. I actually went to go see Sean Walsh, the comedian, last night, so I couldn't do it last night. But Wednesdays is usually our night. So if you're free on a Wednesday night, feel free to jump on and watch. So yeah, we're going to go on a short, just 1 minute break. Eddie's got a bit of dry mouth and needs to get a drink. So we'll come back and then we'll be moving on to the Maizai. Okay, so that'll be my favourite 11. Thanks a lot, Amy.
Thank you, Amy.
Bye bye.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye bye. Oh, just cut that a bit too short. Sorry, Amy. Ugh. Right then, so we're just going on a quick short break. We'll be back in about a minute, however long it takes Eddie to fill his drink up.
Just need to wet my whistle. I'll literally be a minute.
Such a rookie. This is
Rookie
my.
era.
Oh, I made a mistake here. Look at that overlay in the background as well. Never mind. Never mind. Right, quickly off the screen. This is My Eye. For anybody who's not seen this section before, this is where we put together our favourite 11 players from the time that we've supported Hull City. What this basically means, I don't care about if they've scored the most goals for us. I don't care about if they've done the most assists for us, and I don't care if they're a hard tackling centre back. I care about what they did to me and how it made me feel at the time. So Eddie's going to ask me a bunch of questions as to why I'm picking these players. So
I'm just vibing with this music on. I'm loving it.
I can't hear it. Is the music still
I
on?
can hear it. Can someone in the comments tell me if it's still on or am I being stupid? I was about to start busting a two-step out whilst you tell us your favourite players.
Go on. Do you know there's actually a couple of comments coming through? There's a couple of comments coming through. We'll just catch them before we go. This was just forehand. If anyone else's favourite player of all time isn't calling outside Kevin Francis or Dele Adebola, then I'm the last one to give me the sarcasm. Did Eddie make the interval music? Feels like I'm being put on hold.
No,
Like
funnily enough, we tried to put one of my songs on earlier, but the file was too big, so we'll have that from next week. But
his music's too big for us. That's what it is. I can't afford the copyright.
Literally, every time I'm on like a live stream, Chris, it's like I'm always having to keep drinking. At least I'm getting through my water count in a day when I'm coming on these pods.
Yeah, the music's still on now, Matt, if you didn't know. Yeah, it's gone off now. And it's off now. Super. Guys, I want you to throw me as much shade as possible for this next section. Again, it's favourite 11 of all time. All right, so please bear that in mind when you're throwing the insults across. But Eddie, off you go.
I think it's only fair if I host this for this week, so you hosted mine last week. So
yeah, right.
So what formation are you playing first? Because it glanced up and then went off my screen. What formation are we running with this evening, Matt?
Formation, we're going into a 4-3-3.
I like that. Copying me. I like it. So
don't do this.
Will you have the same as me last week? Will you have a centre half playing left back, or you're gonna actually play by the rules this week?
Yeah, I'm playing by the rules. Although the striker is probably a bit of a, you could probably say he might not be a striker. Some will say he's not a striker, but people like me will argue until I'm red in the face, or blue in the face to say he is. Without further ado, I've realised that I haven't uploaded the keeper, which is annoying. So but I have used him on a different thing we're doing. So here is the keeper. Boas Mayo.
Explain to me why he was your favourite then.
So I started supporting Hull City in 2003. So my first season pass was the first full season in the KC. And for anybody who remembers, supporting City has probably been a fan past that point. Don't know, that's the point when we just got instant success. It was just promotion after promotion. Then we had a couple of years in the Championship and then went up again. And Boas Mayo was there every step along the way. And I feel like there's a couple of players that will feature throughout this that were there for me. So you could say at the beginning of being a Hull City fan, all I saw was success. You know, there was no relegations or anything like that. So, yeah, that's why Boas is in there. And I'm certain, like, if you was down by the stadium, you could hear him shouting. He was angry, and I've seen some podcasts recently where they say he's just angry. So everything about that just screams mint.
Yeah,
a couple of comments.
Come on, let's see these comments.
Off to a good start with Boas. Here we go.
Better start than me.
Yep, best ever Hull City keeper. Go on then, 2 in the bag. Lee Walker, good start. Matt Phillip, my man. Anybody puts a bad comment on, I'm in control, so I probably will just not show them. How's that?
I was probably getting loads last week. You probably just didn't show them, did you? Just to try and bring me down a peg or two. Is that probably right?
positives last week, man. I just didn't show them. You ready to move on to left back?
Yeah, I'm good. So obviously you're going to go left back. Obviously, mine was a bit controversial last week. Hopefully yours isn't controversial. Who are you going with for your left back then?
Do you know, when I thought back to this, I think about, do you know, little things that you remember with players and stuff like that. So another one, much like Bose Mile, went through the seasons with us, Andy Dawson.
Wow,
Andy
what
Dawson.
a choice.
Yeah, and recently, you saw him take over from Shutter, stepped up, did his part for us, which was brilliant to see. Big fan of that. I always remember the sock ties he used to have. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but you could just, do you know the top of your socks when you fold them over? You used to have some sort of like white, like I almost thought it was like bandage
string.
tape, and it was just dangling off it. I don't know why, but then he's given us tons of happy memories. You've got the tackle against Theo Walcott, that last ditch challenge against Theo Walcott, free kicks away from home at Middlesbrough, free kick at Everton. You could probably sit and spend all day talking about the positives. The only downside to Andy Dawson is I've been asking him to come on the podcast for some time now. He said yeah, and then he stood me up. He's told me we're going to have to wait until the end of the season now. So he only just stayed in the team. So if not, I was going to put a centre back there just to piss him off.
So, to be fair, I have to agree with you. Very good, very, very good choice. I was thinking about Andy Dawson when I did mine, but I thought I've got to be controversial. You know me, every time I've come on, I've always said something controversial and I get pelters for it, mainly off you. But yeah, I have to agree with you. Very good choice at left back. So moving on. Who are we running with your centre halves or are we running with your right back?
We'll have a look. Just a couple of comments, no bad ones coming again. Excellent choice, Lee Walker. Big fan of the team. Big fan of Matt Lowell. Big fan of the podcast. We're doing something right, and I'm definitely doing something right with this team.
Well, we must be doing something right if we're getting other podcasts copying us.
Shade. Well, we did have just a bit of context that we did have a new feature that was meant to be showing, but it turns out we did a little preview of it on the weekend. It ended up on somebody else's podcast. So, note to self: don't do any previews, is what I say. Next up, another one. Chris Davies can't go on with Dawes. Would love a fullback of his quality now. Didn't we sign him from Scunny? We did sign him from Scunny. Yeah, that's right. Amy Key, a little bit off subject. Thanks for having me on. No, pleasure to have you on, Amy. Thank you.
Pleasure, Amy. Thank you for coming on.
Exactly that. Let's move on to the next one then. Love this guy. Absolutely love this guy. This could be where I get my first L from the guys there. James Chester.
Go on. I want to hear your reasoning behind it first before I say anything.
He was just so good at the time. I loved it. He came in at a point. We got relegated, didn't we? And he came in at that point when I believe it was Nigel Pearson brought in like 3 or 4 Man United players. He came in at the same time as Robbie Brady, Corey Evans, Joe Dudgeon. Was there somebody else as well at the same time? I can't remember. But off the top of my head, he came in around that time. And it was a bit of an overall. Young players came in and he was just a mainstay, wasn't he? And I feel like if we didn't get relegated at the time we did, he would have probably stayed with us a little bit longer as well. Big fan of him.
Am I right in saying he scored against us when he played for Villa? Was it the 2-2 draw?
You trying to find a way to take him down here?
No, I'm not. I'm only saying that would have been the only reason why I wouldn't have chosen him. I swear he celebrated. I swear. I can't remember properly. I think it was
Villa Park as well.
We played at Villa Park when Evandro scored that absolute magical goal, and it was like he just did this like acrobatic jump. And you see when I think who was it who scored? You see me down at the front with my white woolly hat on.
I've not seen that. I was at the game. Let's just double check that. They might not be on here actually. Probably.
I'll have a look on Footmob after the pod, and I'll confirm it.
Yeah,
I swear he did that. It was from a free kick. So I swear it was a header.
I was going to say what was scoring free kicks.
No, I think it
If
was a
not,
header.
definitely
If
in the
I'm,
squad.
but yeah, that would be the only reason why I wouldn't have him in. But very, very, very good choice. It's a surprise there's no comments coming up there yet, Matt. I wonder, has there been some pelters coming in?
They're not all as positive as there was. So
Yeah,
Lee, start with the positives and work our way down, I think.
Sir Lee Walker.
Another good choice, cheers, Lee. Then Chris Davies. I mean, we had a good lot of centre backs. I was never convinced by Chester, but we were spoilt for quality. Don't get me wrong. I said to Eddie last week, you can't mention other names that nearly made it into your team and stuff like that. But you can imagine by looking at the centre backs combined, the time that supported City, there was a lot of them. I was a big fan of him, and let's not forget the FA Cup final goal as well. You know.
Yeah, of course. And obviously, the full point of it is it's not the best player; it's your favourite player. You know, and
exactly
that's
that.
That's what I
If
mean.
and Jack the Fisherman, I don't care who you are, who you played for, you should always celebrate a goal. Yes, you should, because your new fans
I've just been
are
put
your
in my
new
place.
priority. What's that?
I've just been put in my place.
He'll tell you that. He'll tell you that when he sees you as well.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, he's like. That moves on to the next one. FA Cup final goal, and we bumped into Curtis on the way home from, it might have been Crystal Palace away or something like that one time, and I remember this, we were singing a chant to him. I don't know if you ever knew the chant. It was, who's going to get past Curtis Davies? Who's going to get past Curtis Davies? Do you not remember that?
No, I think
anyway,
I'm too young.
We were singing, all right, mate, jeez. We were singing that as he was walking into the service station, and then we tweeted him the next day, doing the chant to him, and he retweeted it. I was like, yes, go on then.
Get in, buzz in.
A little moment. With his, I think he was with his family or something. Definitely with his partner, just in the KFC. All right, Kurt, you all right, mate? You know, just as simple as that.
Nice bloke, I said last week.
Unbelievably nice guy, and he's still playing now, isn't he?
He's at Cheltenham.
Yeah. Fair dues.
Ball knowledge.
Ball knowledge. Chris Davies' first comment has to be Harry Maguire next. No, sadly it's not Eddie's team. Eddie had Harry Maguire in his team. Here we go. Disrespect to current club and fans. Yeah, I agree, Nathan. If you're not celebrating, then it is. Oh yeah, Curtis Davies, proper centre back, mate. Why did I read that in like a southern accent? Proper centre back. Am I right in thinking Curtis still holds a bit of a torch for us?
It wouldn't surprise me. I think he still follows on Instagram, so that's something. Well, Harry Maguire and Andy Robertson still do as well.
This is where the regular listeners are going to start coming back to haunt you.
Here we go. No, never going to let that one down.
Marauding left back, innit? You know, but he'll do me a job at centre back, I think. And then this one, I don't know how this is going to land. All right. But I was just a big fan of the guy. I need to turn that comment off. I was just like a massive fan of the guy, you know, when that goes off. Thank you. Massive fan of him. And he could play both sides. Sam Ricketts. He was another one who just energy in abundance, fun to watch. He went up the leagues with us, and another one that didn't look out of place when we finally made that step up. So that's why Sam Ricketts makes it. And again, can't tell you the people that were close in second. So got to be ruthless in this game.
Good team. So that's your back four. We know what your back four is now. So you're having a cam, you're having a CDM, you're having two CDMs, or what for your midfield? What you rolling with?
I'm going to go over flat three, but I'm going to have a little whisper in this guy's ear and say, look, you've got a little bit more of a defensive duty. That's what I'm going to do. All right, but don't be afraid to go box to box.
I'll let you off. Don't
be afraid to go box to box, but you've got a little bit of a defensive duty. If no one's back, I'm blaming you. Is what I'm going down. All right. My guy, you know, just love the guy, David Myler. You know, from just seeing him chilling out, playing foot champs, watching him just then get on a field and run around like playing football's the easiest thing in the world, and now casually plays in a Monday Night League at Soccer Kings. Do you know what I mean? It's mind blowing. Just an all round nice guy, and he's clearly fallen in love with the area because he still lives around here and ain't moved away. So, I can go on and on about him.
Am I right in saying he still works for the academy?
He's just come.
Oh.
So he opened his own academy, didn't he? DM7, but
Yes.
he now has a role. I think it's like the under somethings team, not under 18.
I thought
don't think
so.
it's as high as that. But yeah, I think he's regularly at games. Big fan of him.
Yeah.
Not afraid of a receding airline either. That was going for a long time and it never fully hit him. So credit it's due for keeping hold of that.
Is that a bit of a touchy subject for you, Matt?
Yeah. Smooth Steve. Smooth Steve.
Moving on smoothly.
Yeah. Oh.
See you next sentiment.
Let's move on to the next pick. Right then. I missed out on a couple of comments here. Ricketts, great shout. Oh, mate, I'm telling you, getting some good hits here. Lee Walker, great player at the time. Sold to pay the players' wages. He was, it was a shame he had to go, really. Chris Davis, Sam Ricketts, signing from Swansea, took each league easily. We had some quality players over the years. We did. We did. We had some unbelievable players. Thank you, Taylor, because I'm not allowed to say the names. So yes, the honourable mention to Michael Turner, who may or may not have been in contention for my team.
He was.
Nathan Jack, I don't think I've ever gone a day without him telling me he's megged someone. And yeah, he megged David Myler when we played against him in the Fives League. And Myler always looks like he was running through treacle, but really good player. I don't know how to take that. I don't think is he slandering him?
I've got a memory where I can go against that. It was, I swear we were playing like Borough or someone, and Borough made this break, and he literally went from box to the byline at the North Stand and caught up with this kid. I tell you what it reminded me of. Do you know that tackle that Wayne Rooney did for DC United, where he ran the full length, tackled, and then got it back up? I can't remember. I want to say it was against Borough or someone like that where he did it. And I can remember because I was sat with my grandpa in West End Lower, and it was right in front of us. And I've never seen a man move so quick. And he got the ball as well, so he didn't give away a foul. And he headbutted Alan Pardew. So what more can you ask from the bloke?
Dream come true. Dream come true
There
for
you
all
go.
football fans. I heard some fans that don't even, don't even support City or couldn't stand the teams that were playing. Found it on YouTube just to watch it because they didn't like Alan Pardew. And rightly so. Let's be real. Centre mid. Don't need to say this guy's name. We could probably just skip past this by. You know who this guy is, don't you?
Everyone knows who this is by now. 50 grand. There we go.
My guy. Honestly, love to meet this guy. Regan, if you're watching, just give me a shirt, please. Please. Sign it and just say to Regan from Regan. That's all I want.
If there's new viewers in the live stream at the moment, do you fancy telling them a little nice little wholesome story?
Yeah, it's cute, man. It's cute. So we've got a 7-month-old at the moment, and we did that part while my partner was pregnant, looking around at different names, and we just couldn't settle on one. We found a couple, and then we was watching City on the TV, and they had a pasta.
Was it against Cardiff?
Yeah, it was the game when he bagged two.
I remember you saying, because it was the day that I was on the podcast, you were telling me the story, and I was like, wow, that is a pretty wholesome story. And I can remember you saying it was against Cardiff, and there you go.
And then me and the missus, like, we just did the ball to Regan, and then Regan shoots, and we just went, yeah, Regan, like that. We knew he was having a boy at the time, and it just stuck from then on. The only difference is we've spelt it Regan with REA, G-A-N as opposed to R-E-G-A-N, which is meant a little bit different because apparently R-E-G-A-N to my partner is Regan and not Regan. So anyway, we moved because that wasn't when you pick your battles. That was one I was not picking. See what the comments are. Comments are. Marlon running style always amused me. Very limp wrists and very limp wrists while sprinting. Wasn't that Stuart Green? Am I getting him mixed up? Stuart Green was very similar. Stuart Green was like hands up like that when he ran, didn't he? I remember that. Fun fact: Regan is German for rain. Thank you. Tune in next week for more fun facts. Chris, get them ready. This one here, this next person is where I'm going to get the pelters, all right? Because this one will split the fans, and I reckon I'm in the 10% of people that like him. But I fucking love the guy. Honestly, I love the guy, and I don't think a day goes by where I don't think about him. Jimmy Bullard. Absolutely
Questionable.
love the guy.
Questionable. Only because I've seen him a few times whilst I've been on holiday, so I've got other stories. But I liked him like he was a bit of a character, you know. But obviously, this isn't my ex-act. This is yours. So you need to tell me why he's your favourite.
Just everything about the guy, you know. Before he even signed for us, it was easy to fall in love with the guy. You know, just the way he was on and off the pitch. You see him in interviews. I'd often just YouTube Jimmy Bullard, you know, and just see what new video was on there, see if there was something going on. And then you see the things like where it was the, the Sky Sports videos had to do where he turns around, he's got his shorts, his eyes, eyes, his chest. Yeah. You've got the goal celebration at half time. I don't know if you've ever seen he does like a real random interview while he's fishing once, and he's just in absolute stitches. He finds the easiest thing to laugh about, and it just tells me like this guy loved playing football and he didn't take himself too serious, but he was a baller. The guy could bang, and I genuinely feel like he played football 10, 15 years too early. Like if he was playing in the modern day, he would be incredible.
Yeah,
is the way I see it. And I was speaking to on an old podcast I spoke to Phil Brown about it, and Phil Brown said, look, Jimmy Bullard is playing 10 years early. You know, if he was playing in today's game, it'd be a top 4 team.
Well, he was bagging it. He was bagging him in, wasn't he, on Soccer AM when it was still airing. He was bagging him for fun.
And apparently, he's still bagging while he's playing for us as well.
Swiftly moving on. Who have you got in your attack?
Let's have a look at the comments. Amy says, Slater, what a fantastic player for us. Couldn't agree more. Stuart Green used to run like Super Mario. Got a bit of a ring to it, that, hasn't it? Nathan Jack, as a non-Hull City fan, Stuart Green is the player I remember growing up. He is not a non-Hull City fan. He used to be a Man U fan, and he's now a Hull City fan, which is one of my biggest achievements. He goes on to comment saying golf life, which is why he's a big fan of Bullard. Chris gives zero context with just Bullard and lots of dots. I don't know what that means. Is that a good thing, bad thing?
Bad thing. That means bad thing, Matt. You've dropped a bit of a stink. You've dropped a bit of a stinker. You were going so well and you just lost it.
Just when the team was looking too much duller, you went and put Bullard in this. This ain't my eye, it's yours eye, each to their own. Yeah, you know, true story. Big fan of the guy. And I said, look, I'm probably in the 10%. The percentage could be even smaller than that, I bet. If Bullard played now, it'd be class. Agreed. He played too soon. Just matched what you said last time. And, you just said that. Haha. Right then, it was one of the best midfielders we ever had. Whose quality, just a bit of a dickhead and needs of a 70-year-old. Probably the best way to put it. You've liked him or you didn't you? Let's be real. So next up in the Mizai, I'm going to go to my right wing and absolutely love this guy, Ryan France. Ryan France was another one who just came.
Give us some context then. Give us some context as to why Ryan France.
Again, another one that just came up the leagues. You know, he came from Alfreton Town. So he already made a big step up to come play into Division 3 with us. What was the old Division 3 at the time? Played in the old Division 3, didn't look out of place. Steps up to what that was then the new League 1. didn't look out of place. Plays again in the Championship. Hold on, this boy's just come from after. I'm sure his debut was Kidderminster Harriers when we won 6-1. I'm fairly certain of that, and that was one of my first games as well. So I feel like we started our journeys together, and he didn't look out of place, and then you see that he went from right wing and playing at home in the Premier League against Arsenal. He did a job at centre mid, and so many things like that, just to see a boy who's gone from playing non-league football to playing in the Premier League to playing against some of the best teams in the world at the time and don't look out of place playing out of position. And he had obviously a heart of gold, and he's now, I believe he's like a financial advisor.
Is he?
Yeah, he's just moved on to bigger and better things. Yeah. Sent him a LinkedIn message, see if he wants to jump on. No. All right, cool, it's fine. Still made my team though. And I'm going to snip at this part and send you it, buddy. And then hopefully you can, Anyway, not bitter at all. Comments on this, one comment. Quality choice, Ryan France.
Lee Walker knows. Lee Walker's got ball knowledge, I tell you now. He knows a good play when he sees one.
He does, yes, he does. Left wing, got mentioned earlier, Mr. Stuart Elliott. I think...
Used to live not far from me in Brough.
Oh, did he?
What guy came into my school when I was... So I'll have been in prime... Was I in primary school or was I in secondary school? Can't remember, but he came in and he was a vicar by that point.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Just an unbelievable guy, wasn't he? He was just such a nice guy. It didn't seem like there was... In a world where if there was a world with no shit house, he'd be the leader of that, wouldn't he? Because it just doesn't look like he knows how to annoy people. And he was just so good. It goes without saying that I could probably sit and spend the next 30 minutes trying to explain why I picked him, and there'd all be different reasons. Let's have a look at the comments here then. So, Tagliafico, nice selection with France, exactly what my eye is all about. Yes. Ryan France, solid player. Yes, he was. I don't remember you getting all these comments, Eddie. I'm not going to lie.
It's probably because you didn't put them on. We've probably got more viewers now than we did when I was doing it, so that's probably why you've got peak time and prime time viewing, mate.
Here we go. Throwing shade. Legend, loves Stuart Elliott. Always remember him getting the last 2-minute goals against QPR at home. What a day. Any chance you can get Stuart Elliott on as a guest? Look, we can. I will reach out to anyone. I'm more than happy to knock on any door and say, hi, I've got something going on here. Would you like to come speak to me? More than happy to. Just a couple of things we've got in the pipeline. We're looking to start doing these episodes filmed in person. It'd be nice if we could do this.
Whose
we've
idea
got
was
a couple
that?
of bars that are happy to do that. Sorry.
Whose idea was that?
Yeah, it was, mate. But yeah, we've got the. All right.
Got the
we know who's going to do it before us, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Who'll say it best, they also say it first. Remember that.
Yep, facts.
Tagliafico, Elliott would get in most people's team. I've recently been on holiday to Turkey and got talking to people at our hotel who saw me in the city yet and told me he lives next door to Stuart Elliott. Have you still got his number? The person you met on holiday, have you still got his number? Drop him a line and say,
we need you. We want Stuart's nice eye.
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll write a letter to you, Tagger, and then you can send it to your friend, and then he can post it through Stuart's door. That should do the trick, and hopefully this no trail is enough to get him on board. Right then, last player.
Go on then, hit me with it.
Striker. JB20.
That's more controversial than.
It's
Curtis
not
Davis
more. Don't you dare say it's more controversial than Curtis Davis.
That's more controversial than Curtis Davis playing left back.
Bowen played up front for us many times, and he's played up front for West Ham many times.
Yeah,
Tell me how many times
that's like saying
Curtis Davis has played left back.
I reckon he could do a job there. A bit like Greaves playing left back, isn't it? So
no, it's not. It's really not. Wow. I'm gonna go look for a new card. Rinsing me.
There's my notices here.
JB20. You know, it's another one where you can just go. There's so many ways you can describe it. We got relegated at the right time, didn't we? We got relegated at the right time for Jarrod Bowen, because it meant that he was able to play at the level below what was probably his level at the time and get as much experience as possible. And he absolutely flourished with that. And we all got to go on that journey with him. And he's one of those players where, even while he's doing so well for West Ham, we're so happy to just see it. I don't think there's one Hull City fan who's bitter about it. And that, for me, is exactly what this is all about, the Mizai, and it's exactly what football should be about as well. You know, because whilst we support teams, it's always good to see the individuals do well, especially when the hard-working players like that as well. So
I have to agree with you.
That rounds it up. That rounds it up. Let's have a look at the comments then. Nah, mate, it was just a chat with a random person at our hotel. Networking, you need to be better at it. You need to be better at networking. Was expecting Nick Proswich up top. I'm underwhelmed. Oh, do you know what? I actually really like Nick Proswich as well, and he was in my thought process simply because I liked his chant. And I believe he's now a horse gambler, if I remember right. I'm sure he just gambles on the horses. Professional gambler.
Class. Living his best life.
He looks like a young Gene Wilder on that picture. Fair comment. Gene Wilder crossed with Paddy the Baddy.
Class.
That's a great shout. That's a great shout. If you don't, I don't know if anyone remembers, that's a picture from his first goal for us against Aston Villa in the first game of the season when Steve Bruce played. Steve Bruce played him, didn't it?
Didn't the stewards like try pushing his dad? So he scored, and he ran to his dad in the crowd, didn't he? And all the stewards were like trying to like push him away. And he was like getting past them all. I remember that. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah. Didn't his dad like roll his ankle or something?
I don't know about that, but I remember.
Yeah, well, Lee, if I'd have gone with two strikers, they'd have both made it. But you can't play one without the other, in my opinion. Big and small. Emil Heskey and Michael Owen, aren't they? I remember getting some stick for this before on a previous podcast. I called them big and small. And it turns out Danny Allsop was like 6 foot and Ben Bedge was like 6'2". But because he was bigger than him, just made him look smaller. Chris Davis, after Bowen's last game for us against Chelsea, I saw Bowen in town and said to him, "You played like you want to move." He just gave me a knowing smile. Yeah, it's a shame, innit? But again, you know, he deserves bigger and better things. So kudos to him, and he's got that. You know, and so many, like, you can say so many nice things about him, like his family life now. You know, the fact is he's got twins, he has a family, etc. Everything about it just feels so good, doesn't it? And there it is as a starting lineup. I think my Zai beats your Zai.
No way. My Zai beats your Zai. 100%. I wish we could just have a comparison and just say, right, here you go. Who wins? I reckon my strike force is better than your strike force, 100%. Actually, no. I'll tell you about my midfield will beat your midfield any day.
Well, Ryan France is getting in behind Curtis Davies because he doesn't have a clue. He'll still be tucked in. He'll be tucked inside. What's going on?
It'd be like Brandon Williams on Philogene. I'll just get him to be like a rat all over him. Plus, my manager's Liam Rossini, so we automatically win. Checkmate.
Mine's Kieran McKenna. So, comment from McKee. Glad to see Bowen doing well. I agree. Matt Fry on the bench, thought he was a class finisher. Do you know what? He was so close to getting in this team, but I wanted Elliott in, I wanted France in, and I also wanted Bowen in. And I couldn't put Elliott up front, and I couldn't put France up front because I'd have looked even more stupid. So I had to do this.
Well, you could have put France in centre mid, couldn't you?
What of a Bullard? And people would have questioned that as well, I reckon, because I only remember playing in centre mid against Arsenal. What about Steve Melton? First ever goal at KC? No, not for me, Tiger. Not for me. a little bit before my time, just a touch before my time. That was the second half of the season, 2002-2003, I believe it was. But he scored that goal against Sunderland, didn't he, in the friendly? Put them on a side by
Yes.
side in a poll on Twitter.
Yes. And you can't vote for yourself, Matt.
You can't do it. You can't use a picture and do a poll at the same time.
Do it as like the poll, then say the teams are down below. There you go.
Or what I could do is put the picture on first and then re-quote it with a poll.
Not a bad show. Not a bad show.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I win.
I will also put a little
every
message
day
on
of the
saying the podcast will fold if anybody chooses it. Is
week.
Boney Maguire, the two ex-players I follow religiously. By the way, I think the way Maguire is treated is disgusting. Still a quality, but do you not agree, Chris? It's bang out of order, innit?
He doesn't deserve the hurt.
Do you know what's really rough? My partner's a massive football fan anyway, but the most recent England game, and I think he scored that own goal, didn't he? Very unlucky
Against
on goal.
Scotland.
And my partner just turned to me and just said, you wouldn't be surprised if he did something wrong to himself, because you can imagine the amount of heat he was going to get off the back of that, because he's constantly in the headlines. But then I saw his mum come out and say, look, it's a good job he's a strong guy, because many other people would fall to this. He literally has got a head like a rhino and skin like a rhino. So credit where it's due. And that's not an insult, because he literally, my rhino, he'd literally head anything away.
That's the new hashtag. That's how we knew. That's our new feature on the pod next week. Hashtag my
there
rhino.
It is. My rhino. Every time I hear Billie Jean's name, I think of Billie Jean. Yeah, I agree. Billie Jean.
Voulez-vous. That's the next one getting dropped.
What's that?
Voulez-vous, the next song. I'll tell you what, the new chant for Philly Jean. You heard that one?
No, go on, give me it.
No, I'm not singing it.
Go
You'll
on.
see it on the. No, I'm not. It's Southampton at home. ABBA, Voulez-vous. Voulez-vous by ABBA. You know exactly what song it is.
No, but I want to know, how does that fit into the chant?
It's like Philly Jean, Jaden running.
That's class.
Is it?
Ah, man, that's going to be so good.
We're all off to Premier League.
Here's a quick one then. What's your favourite chant of all time?
What's my favourite chant? My favourite chant of all time?
Yeah.
Like Hull City related?
Any.
Well, I don't really know any other teams, apart from, obviously, England national team, but that's about it.
You must... every other week, mate, a team comes to our ground and sings a song as well. So you've
but I don't really pay attention to them. Do you know? I pay attention to my own club. Like...
just in case his manager's listening.
Hashtag rolled by the Tigers, me, through and through. No.
I like that. Mine's Ali Adair. Do you remember? Did you ever hear his? Jermaine Ali Adair?
No.
His was Bon Jovi. Whoa,
that's yeah.
Ali Adair. I love that.
What was the Johan Kabay one?
I don't know.
And then I got and then it's like, and then at the end it goes Johan Kabay. Do you know which one I'm on about?
No, I'm gonna.
Obviously, I'm not going to say it. It's an 18+ song, so I'm not going to say the song name. But it's like a rap song, but it's funny. I've heard that one. That's quite a good one. So
I hope you're writing this down, mate, because I'm probably not going to go to sleep at this rate. The amount of stuff you're sending me after this episode.
But yeah, that's up there.
Oh, Tiger Nicholas just come back to us. It's the Afro Man song.
Yes. Do you know what I'm on about?
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm all about the funny, silly ones. I remember.
That's what I mean.
Do you remember Leicester used to be called the Walker Stadium?
No.
Yeah, it used to be called the Walker Stadium. It's sponsored by Walkers, and fans used to go there and sing "If you love Golden Wonders, clap your hands." It's just stuff like that. Just silly stuff. Remember Nwankwo Kanu?
Yes.
The striker for Arsenal. When he was at Portsmouth and he was having a bad time, the fans used to sing, "I'd rather have a dinghy than canoe." That's a great one as well. It's a great one. We missed a couple of
Football fans just know the banter, don't they? That's the good thing about. That's a good thing.
Missed a couple of comments there while I was talking. I'll do the pictures of the side-by-side teams, or do it like Matt's team. Like for Matt's team, or love for Eddie's team. Yeah, I like that. 50 Grand is the best song ever. We actually took that off Everton, didn't we? I believe. They did it for Seamus Coleman.
We've got a new one for Rossini at the moment. So
what's that? He now lives.
No, it's do you know that Tequila song? And then obviously it's like, do you know, instead of Tequila, it's Rossini. That's what it.
That could go on for ages as well.
To be fair, it was at Stoke away. It just went on and on and on and on. If anyone was at Stoke who's watching now, you'll know, like, it was just going on and on and on. And then it went off the other day when we played Plymouth, and it was going on for a good 5 minutes. It was good.
Decent. Chris Davis, favourite chant for me, yeah, that's my favourite Hull City chant. Flying high up in the sky. It's the one when I used to go with all the ultras. It's the one I always used to start. Something funny. Do you want to share the joke?
Yeah, you used to be an ultra. COD squad.
Yeah, I was in that squad. I was a part of that squad. I agreed. I think the way Maguire's been treated recently is disgusting. He was a brilliant player for us, but again, like I say, makes perfect sense. Singing "You Can Shove Your Bubbles Up Your Ass" at West Ham. Difficult thing to do, but yeah, I like the context. Some great choices. Cheers, Zig. Always got my back. I like Rossini's song, Eddie.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Right then, we was going to run through our new feature tonight, but we've been live for an hour and 37 minutes now, and I think it's just a little bit too late to start something like that, which could go on for another 30 minutes potentially. So we will save that for the next episode, I think. But just tie down the last couple of comments now. I want to personally say thank you to everybody who had jumped on and given comments, jumped into the chat, etc., etc. It's been a pleasure. It's probably been our the one that we've had the most engagement on. So again,
100%.
Massive kudos to everybody who's done that. Eddie, I tried starting the Tequila song for Rossini last season in the East Stand and it didn't take off. And now I hear it in the North Stand. I take full credit.
I think I've been listening to you, Tiger, because I was the one who started it at Stoke. So it's I'll give you the full credit, mate. So I'll give you the full credit. We need you on like they have in like European games. We need you at the front with a megaphone and the orchestrator sticks.
Amy's favourite chant is "Silverware, we don't care."
Yeah, love that.
Lee, yeah, was definitely quality at Stoke. Quality.
Yeah.
Have I read that stuff? We need to come off, don't we? Because I can't even read right.
Yeah, you're tired now, Matt. You're tired.
Yeah, I've spent too much time away from just chilling out. Matt the City Psycho. Wow. Never been, never will be. That's the old school ultra. I want one of them. No. I just went with the ultras I had as well. I wasn't an ultra. While we're on the subject of chants, how can we improve the atmosphere at home games? A fan group. Do you know what? This is split hairs, and this is split. I often see this mentioned about having a singing section. What if you just don't feel like singing that day? Your seats in there. Do you know?
I'll split this. I'll split hairs even more. I think having like a bit in, like, obviously in the stand that can get the atmosphere going. Because as soon as one big group starts, everyone else starts. You know, it's one of them. You know, and if there's a group, even if people don't want to. Yeah, we might be getting beat 1-0, but we still need the atmosphere to ramp up to get people going, to get behind their boys. And I think it's not a bad idea, like having obviously not a designated section, you know that, but like if they were all like together.
Do you know what the tough part is? That right?
Lads filming all on Snapchat.
Yeah, no, and they're the 13-year-olds in the Stone Islands that just do what they can to embarrass our fan base. But yeah, it's part of growing up. But do you know, with that, the bad part about it is so many people would just like the idea of being in there, but not joining in.
Yeah,
so
that's a good point.
You'd have that problem. again, you'd have 10 of the 60 that are sat in that little area probably just want to be there to be around the atmosphere. Oh yeah, I'll go sing. I'll go in the singing section, mate. But they don't sing. That's the true life of it. And let's be real. Let's keep it organic. Sing if you want to, clap if you want to, hum if you want to, do what you want is my view on it. But yeah, atmospheres do improve. As I've got older, I don't sing. I just don't sing as much anymore. I will do if I've had a few beers, but if I'm just going to the game, I quite enjoy sitting back, analysing the game in my head like a bit of a weirdo. You can see me looking like Rain Man, just trying to work the game out.
Swansea away, you'll be running the singing section then.
Pardon?
Yeah. Swansea away, you'll be running the singing section then, won't you?
What, with the book club? 99% sure I went to watch United v City at Casey and Maguire makes that Zlatan. I don't remember it, but it's one of those stories you've told me 4 times. We all follow the black and amber team that used to play in green. That's a good one. I like the stand chant, north and east. Yeah. It's
and
north and west, isn't it? Yeah.
East's been put aside.
I sit in northwest. I sit bang in the middle of it, so I'm like, I don't sing anywhere, but which one would I join in with? With the
northwest, MKM.
Thanks for coming earlier, by the way, lads. Not a problem, Nick. Target,
not a problem.
Appreciated. We honestly, I don't say this enough, but we do this not for plaudits. We don't do it to get 1,000 followers. We don't do it to brag about the viewers that jump on. We do this just so it gives fans engagement with each other and brings us closer together so we can talk about the thing that we all share a passion for, and that is football and Hull City. That is the only reason we do this. We will not be begging you to ask us to do your rewards or awards or whatever it is. We won't be asking that. That's not us. That is not what we want. I do not want to win any awards, nor do I think I'm good enough to win any awards. I am all about just bringing people together and just enjoying having a bit of Hull City related stuff to do, and which is why we do silly things like this, the Mizite, and it's why I put Jimmy Bullard in there so you lot can rinse me. It gets us all talking about something we all share a passion for. What do you think, Eddie?
Just here for a laugh. I think I'm the exact same. I've come on. I've enjoyed every minute of it so far. Like tonight, I've come a bit more out of my shell compared to last week. I was very silent last week, but like now, the thing is with what we're doing now, we don't want to get awards. You know what I mean? Yeah, it'd be nice, but we want to try and change the face of how we do the usual podcast. Obviously you see there is other like football club podcasts where they'll sit down and do things like this, but we want to change it and like make a new face for what we've got lined up, and we just want to just have fun, have a bit of a laugh. We're just two lads who play for the same football team. Matt sits behind me whilst I'm DJing. It's like my dad. He just watches over me the full time. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we just want to try and bring you the best content possible. And just make sure that everyone loves it and just create a nice environment for everyone to come in on a Wednesday night or a Thursday night, have a chat, have a sit down, get to know us. We get to know you. You join the show, and yeah, that's all it really is. Really, and it's good to be engaging with you all as well, especially now that I mean, obviously, I know you might say the same, Matt, but obviously in the position and situation that I'm in, getting to speak to people, I never thought I'd ever get to do. So it's nice to sit down with people and talk to them and see what they have to say, and it's nice. Yeah.
Again, it's good to see it all around. It is really good to see it all around. I'm happy that we do this, and if you like it, then give us a thumbs up, and if you feel like you've benefited from this, or you've like Steve, you've liked it, then yeah, having extra followers does help you in terms of persuading guests to come on. But it's not the be all and end all. It's not the be all and end all for us. So I've still got to go into someone's inbox and ask them if they want to come on the show, regardless of how many followers I've got or how many retweets I've had on something recently. But yeah, just show us the love. If you like it, all you ask is you show us respect and you come again. That's all we ask. So yeah, I think we're just about done there. Oh wait, hold on. No, we missed one. So, do you have any sway on the entertainment, Eddie, other than the awful set list?
No, I don't have any. I don't have any. This is obviously it's hard for me to comment, but I don't have any like input as to what goes on. You know, I just come to the stadium with my decks, go to the security office, go and set up, then play my 20-minute set, and yeah, that's all. That's all I have input wise on the entertainment front. Obviously, I did get some hate on Sunday. Like it was quite funny as well. Like I had my first proper hate message, and yeah, that was quite a nice read.
Talk me through it.
I won't say the name, but I'll. Obviously, I'm not going to be that person to say.
Actually,
the name,
don't do it.
But
I don't want to give them. I don't want to give them the airtime. I don't want to give them the airtime.
All right, I'll send you it after this. That's the 70th thing I'm sending you.
Ziggy seems to think if we get safe standing, it would generate atmosphere.
Am I right in saying that I did see something about there's going to be a safe standing in North? Or am I being stupid?
I don't remember seeing it.
Did you not see it on Twitter? I swear it's in the committee meeting thing.
Oh yeah, I didn't read that. I'll wait until it pops.
Well, I know. That's the first thing we spoke about when we came on the pod, Chris. I need to be very careful. It's really comfy as well, by the way. I'm just saying. I'm loving it. Taking it to Amsterdam with me. I'm taking it to Amsterdam with me next weekend, so it'll be Hull City on tour.
I've just realised I'm blocking you off that whole time, wasn't I?
Me?
Yeah, I was blocking you off with the comments.
Oh, no, it's all right.
Lee sent us an
All hail
emoji,
the
but
king,
you can't
Lee
see him on
Walker.
here. I don't know what it means.
I can see it on mine.
Emoji?
It's
the
love heart.
Oh, love.
Thing.
Oh, love that.
Yeah. All hail Sir Lee Walker. Do you have to have your set list vetted by the club? No, but what I do is I make sure that I play tunes that obviously aren't explicit. So obviously they're going to be friendly to everyone, really. So what I'll do is I'll run through the set either the night before. Obviously now I'm not DJing on a weekend because I've obviously working full time now. I'll prep it on the Friday night or Saturday morning, just run through it, and then obviously if it fits into the set and it's got like a few, like, well, maybe one or two explicit words, literally you'll notice what I'll do is I'll fade it or echo it and you can't hear what the words are, then I'll just fade it back in and then it's fine. But yeah, no, I just anything that I get to do, anything that I play, it's all off my own back. I don't have to run anything through the club, so it's quite nice. Yeah,
it's good. Trusted. Ziggy and Lee both agree. They saw the safe standing as part of the committee meeting.
Yeah.
And last comment, I don't know if I'd show it because it's someone giving you positivity, and I don't like that.
Go on.
Amy.
Thank you, Amy. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Big love. Big love.
Long may it continue for this season. So big ups. Thank you, Amy.
On that note, it's been an absolute pleasure. What I want to do is, I should have done this at the beginning and probably should have at some point in the middle, but there is a couple of people that has helped us, and we also help people out as part of this as well. So, number one, this podcast or this show is sponsored by Anlaby Park Pub on Anlaby Road. For anybody who hasn't been there before, they've recently got a new kitchen in there, and the kitchen is immaculate. The chef's unbelievable. If you ask nicely, they sometimes do stuff that isn't on the menu. I got an omelette the other day. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, really nice people in there. They also do Yorkshire pudding wrap. I'll probably wait until after All Fair to go there because there's a lot of good food to try out there. And as you can see here, this is the football team that me and Eddie play for. This is SLC United. SLC stands for Supporting Local Charities. And what we do is each quarter we'll pick a local charity, somebody who isn't a big household name, and we do what we can to raise as much money as possible for them. At the moment, our quarterly focus is Corey's Legacy. You can check out Corey's Legacy by going to our Facebook page, and that's just one of the many things that we do. So again, we are all about collaboration, bringing people together. So lastly, a couple more comments came in while I was trying to close down, so I'll just run through them quickly. On a good feedback, I think when we've seen your sets, I sit right above you in Upper West.
Thank you, Chris. Really appreciate it.
Take some Skittles.
I'll take them, mate. To be fair, I'm on a diet now, so the jacket's fitting a lot nicer than what it did last Friday, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. I really do appreciate all the love. It's
Amy,
amazing.
welcome.
Thank you.
Amy says you're welcome.
Thank you.
And then lastly, AP, that's changed. Last time I went in there, it was a right old man's pub. Yeah, good mate of mine, Greg Garner, he's gone in, taken over the place, and it's just one side's a sports bar, the other side is, like you say, the pub. Really good place. If you haven't been for a while, go check it out. Yeah, honestly, go check it out. And Craig is arguably one of the nicest people you meet, away from Eddie. On that note, absolute pleasure, everyone. Thank you,
Thank you,
very
guys,
much for giving us your Thursday evening. I appreciate it. All the best.
Been a pleasure. Peace out, guys.